Stop lying to yourself. You're not busy, you're distracted. And deep down you know it, you're not out of time, you're out of focus. But instead of owning that, you call yourself overwhelmed, burnt out, busy. That's the convenient lie. But here's the truth, no one else will tell you. You've become addicted to distractions because they protect you from facing what actually matters. You're hiding behind noise because silence would force you to confront your own potential, and that terrifies you. Let's rip off the mask. Busy used to mean something. Now it just means you're always doing, and rarely being. Let's be brutally honest. You're not working 16-hour days on things that move your life forward. You're bouncing from one half-finished thing to another. You're opening 17 tabs, scrolling TikTok for inspiration, checking your phone every 9 minutes. You say you don't have time, but you know everything trending on Netflix. You scroll for hours but can't find 30 minutes to work on your goals. You don't have a time problem, you have an attention problem. You're not so busy. You're just emotionally addicted to staying distracted. The real reason you distract yours. Here's why it happens. Distraction gives you a false sense of control. When you're distracted, you don't have to face real decisions. You don't have to choose between comfort and growth. You just keep responding to texts, to noise, to other people's priorities. You live reactively, and then you call that a full day. But what did you actually do today? Did you move the needle? Did you build anything meaningful? Or did you just stay busy to feel less guilty about staying stuck? Because staying busy lets you avoid the mirror, and that mirror shows a version of you you're not proud of yet. What being busy actually hides. Let me ask you something. What's the one thing you know would change your life, but you've been too busy to do it? Write the book? Start the business? Quit the toxic habit? Fix your health? Rebuild your confidence? You know exactly what needs to happen. You're just choosing to delay it with distractions, because facing your full potential is scary. It's risky. It's uncertain. So instead, you binge content about how to be productive. You listen to podcasts on mindset, on time management, on leveling up, but you don't do anything with it. You collect information like it's progress, but collecting isn't building. Consuming isn't creating. Planning isn't executing. Brutal truth, you're comfortable being distracted. Let's stop pretending. You like being distracted. It keeps things light, easy, harmless. Distraction is the ultimate sedative. It keeps your brain entertained without making you uncomfortable. But guess what? Growth only happens when you're uncomfortable. You say you're tired, overworked, burned out. But you're mentally exhausted from shallow distractions, not deep effort. You're not too tired to work on your dreams. You're too mentally scattered to commit. That's the truth you don't want to admit. A shift in mindset. You don't need more time. You don't need more hours. You need more clarity. You need intentional focus, not endless activity. Imagine this. You take 1 hour today and shut the noise off. Phone off. Notifications off. 1 hour of undistracted, deep work on that one thing you've been avoiding. What happens? You build momentum. You prove to yourself that you're still in control. You start remembering what it feels like to be driven, not just busy, focused, not just frantic. Here's your challenge, and it starts right now. Every time you want to say, "I'm too busy," replace it with, "I'm too distracted." Say it out loud. Watch how fast your brain snaps into honesty. Because once you speak the truth, you kill the excuse. You're not out of time. You're out of alignment, and you know it. The system that keeps you distracted. Let's talk about the real enemy. It's not just your phone. It's not social media. It's the system you've built, the invisible routine that keeps you trapped in distraction. Wake up, check your phone, scroll, swipe, respond, react, check again, repeat. Sound familiar? That's not a schedule. That's a loop. And you've trained your brain to crave it. Why? Because distraction is easier than depth. It's safer than action. It gives you just enough dopamine to feel like you're doing something, without risking anything real. Shocking truth, you built this cage. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You didn't fall into distraction. You built a lifestyle around it. Every app you allow, every notification you keep on, every time you check messages mid-task, that's you training your mind to be distracted. And the worst part? You've accepted it as normal. You say things like, "Yeah, I've got a short attention span. I can't focus for too long. I just need to multitask to get everything done." No, you don't have a focus problem. You have a self-respect problem. You've stopped guarding your attention, and now everything and everyone steals it. The pain of always starting over you. Ever wonder why you can't finish things? It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're not capable. It's because you're constantly restarting. You sit down to work, then check your phone. You begin to read, then switch to email. You open your laptop, then suddenly you're watching a video about something random. You break momentum before it ever builds. And then you wonder why everything feels like it takes forever. Here's a brutal law of reality. Every time you switch tasks, you lose intensity, and you can't build a powerful life with scattered focus. You keep starting over because you never stay with something long enough to win. The false high of doing a lot. Now let's destroy another lie. You think you're productive because you're always doing something, but doing a lot, doing what matters. You fill your day with low-impact tasks to avoid the one thing that actually scares you. You stay busy so you don't have to be brave, and you justify it by saying, "At least I'm doing something." No. You're doing everything, except what would change your life. That's cowardice disguised as productivity, and if that stings, good. That means it's real. What focus actually looks like. Let me give you something simple. Not theory, not fluff, just truth. Focus. Saying no to 99 things so you can say yes to one. One goal, one project, one decision, one moment. Not multitasking, not optimizing every second, just intention. You can't be great at something if you're constantly distracted by everything. Pick your hill and die on it. Not literally, but mentally, emotionally. You go all in on that one thing until it's done. That's how real results happen. Not from perfect balance, from ruthless clarity. Stop blaming externals, own your attention. Here's the truth. The world isn't going to get quieter. There will always be distractions. More noise, more dopamine, more nonsense. If you're waiting for life to calm down so you can finally focus, you're going to be waiting forever. Focus isn't found, it's forced. You create it, you earn it, you protect it like your life depends on it. Because it does. Because here's the part no one tells you. The quality of your life is directly tied to the quality of your attention. Where your attention goes, your life follows. If your attention is scattered, your results will be too. If your attention is consumed by drama, gossip, content, trends, you'll become that. But if your attention is locked in on what matters, on building, learning, growing, creating, you become dangerous. Focused people are rare, and rare people win. Let's stop being vague. Here's what to do, starting today. Turn off every non-essential notification. Yes, all of them. You don't need 9 apps fighting for your brain. Set 90-minute blocks of pure focus. No phone, no music, just the one thing that actually matters. Schedule distractions. You're human. You'll want to scroll. Fine. Give yourself 20 minutes after real work is done. Kill the open loops. Close the browser tabs. Finish the sentence. End the task. Your brain is tired of juggling 52 half-done things. Track your attention, not your time. Ask yourself every hour, was I present or was I distracted? These aren't hacks, these are weapons. Use them, or keep getting crushed by distraction. The cost of distraction. Your identity. We've talked about your time. We've talked about your energy. Now let's talk about something deeper. Your identity. Because every time you get distracted, every time you choose comfort over clarity, you're not just wasting a few minutes. You're slowly becoming someone you never meant to be. Who you become when you stay distracted. You think distraction is harmless? That it just delays progress? It doesn't. It rewires who you are. You become reactive. You lose presence. You stop trusting yourself. Every time you avoid doing what matters, you reinforce the belief, I'm not capable. I'm not serious. I always give up. That becomes your story. And your brain, it listens. You build identity through repetition. So when distraction becomes your daily habit, so does mediocrity. You can't live a focused life with a distracted identity. Focus is a form of self-respect. Here's a truth most people never realize. Focus is not just about productivity, it's about dignity. When you can sit with your thoughts, lock in on your goals, ignore the noise, you're not just working, you're proving to yourself, I matter enough to protect my attention. Every time you choose discipline over dopamine, silence over scrolling, purpose over pings, you're casting a vote for the person you want to become. And over time, those votes stack. That becomes your character. That becomes your edge. You want self-confidence? Earn it through self-respect. You want clarity? Cut the noise. You want power? Control your attention before the world does it for you. Shocking truth. Distraction makes you forget who you are. There's a moment, usually late at night, when it hits you. That silent ache. That voice that says, you were meant for more than this, but you don't even recognize yourself anymore. You've been drowning in noise for so long you forgot what your own mind sounds like. That's what distraction does. It numbs your intuition. It buries your voice under 1,000 pieces of useless stimulation. You know what hurts most? Not failing, but slowly becoming a watered-down version of yourself, and being too distracted to notice. That's the pain you carry quietly. That's the cost of avoiding focus. Building unbreakable focus. Let's get tactical again. You want unshakable focus? Build a system, not a streak. Discipline is not something you wake up with. It's something you design into your day. Here's how. Create 1 sacred hour. Not 2, not 5. Just 1 hour a day where nothing gets in. No calls, no apps, no noise. Just one mission. Win the morning. Ruthlessly. If you reach for your phone before you reach for your goals, you've already lost. Don't let someone else's priorities hijack your brain before sunrise. Declare your top priority, daily. Not 10 things, not a to-do list. One thing that matters. One thing that moves your future forward. Everything else is noise. Build distraction friction. Make it hard to get distracted, sign out, block sites, put the phone in another room. Willpower is weak. Design is stronger. Decide who you are before the world does. Before you open your apps, open your mind. Ask, what kind of person do I want to be today? And then act like it. Ruthlessly. The mind reprogramming you need. You've been programmed by devices, by apps, by culture to chase dopamine, not depth. But you can reverse that. Here's how. Starve the junk. Every time you skip the scroll, the clickbait, the useless conversations, you weaken the addiction. Feed the signal. Replace the junk with high-value input. Books, reflection, real creation. Let your brain crave stillness again. Celebrate depth, not just results, not likes, not views. Celebrate the fact that you focused, even for 25 minutes. You showed up. That's worth more than most people give in a week. You don't rewire your brain in one day, but you start in one. And if today isn't the day, what are you waiting for? The final wake-up. This script isn't motivation, it's a mirror. You don't need more planners. You don't need more hacks. You don't need another YouTube video to get you going. What you need is honesty, and maybe for the first time in years, you're hearing it. So let's make this crystal clear. You are not busy. You are distracted. And the only thing standing between the life you have and the life you want is what you choose to pay attention to. You say you want more, but will you trade your comfort to get it? Because if you don't, someone else will stay focused while you scroll. Someone else will take the opportunity while you rest. Someone else will build your dream and sell it back to you at a price you can't afford. You've got potential, but potential doesn't mean a damn thing if it stays in your head. Get focused, get ruthless, get honest, and stop lying. You were never too busy. You were just afraid to focus, building a focused life. Let's get real. This isn't about deleting apps. This isn't about turning off notifications for a day. This is about rebuilding how you live. Distraction isn't just something you experience. It's something you've been trained into, slowly, consistently, over years. You didn't ask for it, but now it's your responsibility to break it. Because if you don't, your life will be nothing but fragments. Half-finished dreams, abandoned goals, short bursts of motivation that lead to nowhere. What a focused life looks like. Picture this. You wake up, and your first thought is your mission. Not your notifications. You don't scroll. You create. You don't react. You act. You don't bounce from one dopamine hit to another. You go deep. You go clear. You go quiet. You know what needs to get done. You don't negotiate with yourself. You don't need to be in the mood. You just move. You finish what you start. You build real things. You trust yourself. That's what focus does. It's not hype. It's not sexy. It's not something people will applaud you for every day, but it's the only way to live with power. This isn't a productivity issue. It's a purpose issue. Let's go even deeper. This isn't just about time. This isn't even about results. This is about who you are becoming. Because when you stay distracted long enough, you start to lose your edge. You start to forget your vision. You stop believing in your ability to change. Distraction kills your belief, your conviction, your sense of personal urgency. You lose your fight. And here's the problem. When the fight dies in you, everything else follows. So no, this isn't a productivity issue, it's a purpose issue. You've forgotten why it matters. You've lost touch with the fire. And instead of finding it again, you replaced it with noise. It's not that you don't have the time, it's that you've let your sense of mission go quiet, and now you don't know what to focus on anymore. Reigniting the fire. The personal why. Here's how you take it back. Ask yourself one question. With no distractions, no noise, no filters, what is the version of me I'm sick of pretending I don't see? You know the one I'm talking about. The one who's clear, focused, unshakable. The one who finishes what they start. The one who doesn't fold under pressure. The one who's dangerous because they finally stopped lying to themselves. That version of you isn't fantasy. It's real. It's waiting. But it won't wait forever. And every single time you choose distraction, you drift further from them. The final truth, no one is coming to save you. Let me say something you might hate to hear. No one is coming to rescue you from your distraction. No coach, no friend, no podcast, no morning routine, no new app. This is your battle. And until you decide that your focus is worth fighting for, you'll keep losing to the same invisible enemy. You'll keep wondering why you never finish anything, why you feel stuck, why you feel like time keeps slipping and you're just watching it happen. And here's the brutal truth. You don't run out of time. You just run out of courage. The commitment, a challenge to the viewer. So here's the challenge, not a cute one, not a like and subscribe if you agree challenge. A real one. For 7 days, 1 hour a day. No phone, no distractions, no excuses. Just 1 hour where you focus on something that actually moves your life forward. Not urgent things, not dopamine hits. Just the thing you keep saying you'll do later. Do it for 7 days. If you fail, restart. If it hurts, good. That means it matters. This is your discipline test. Not for me. Not for anyone watching, for you. Because if you can't give yourself 1 focused hour a day, don't expect a focused life. The slap of truth. Let's stop pretending. You were never too busy. You were never too tired. You were never too behind. You were just distracted. And you let that become your identity. But now you've been told the truth. And when you know the truth, you only have 2 choices. Go back to distraction, or fight like hell for your focus. So what's it going to be?